All right, guys, sorry I'm late, but let's get started this morning because we have a lot to talk about. All right, so I want to address the several projects we got going on in the next month. It's going to be pretty intense here, and I need you guys to pay attention. All right, Steven, hey, Earth to Steven.
What?
Yeah, hey, are you listening? I asked.
I'm so sorry. I was just thinking about Ladysmith. You ever been to Ladysmith, Wisconsin? The last time I was there, I went on a pontoon ride. I met a lobster. I went to a movie. I got a fishing pole from the library, and I went to the fair. It was amazing. Pretty magical, Ladysmith. And so I'm going to take you guys on a road trip. Destination, Ladysmith. Hey, Al, all right, come on. My favorite place in the world. Of course, you can't come to Ladysmith without talking about the outdoors, and Al pointed me to Lobster Riddle. How you doing today?
Good, how about yourself?
It's not a derogatory term, that's what everybody calls you.
Yes, and I got it when I was 18, and I can't really tell the story. However, I will tell you it stuck. My mom and dad still call me Lobster.
Sure, you gotta love a story that you can't tell on camera, but mom and dad support. So it's gotta be a good one. What is there to do outside in Ladysmith?
Oh my God, first of all, there's a ton of things here to do, but fishing and hunting is our primary stuff up here that people relate to, but our fishing is awesome. We have 250 lakes or flowages in Rusk County, actually. The Dairyland flowage, they have 5 or 6 places you can actually fish from shore, and they have special piers built for kids. If you get up here and are staying here and you didn't bring your rod, you can go to the library and you can check out a rod there. So you can take your kid down to the lake and fish a little bit. Kayaking is another huge thing. In fact, the city put in a beautiful kayak launch and recovery system.
I gotta be honest, I'm a summer kid. I love the heat, but I'm wondering, is there a lot to do outside when it's cold?
Oh yes, we have snowshoe trails. You got some ski trails. The horse trails are open usually during that time.
So the outdoors is literally integral to Ladysmith. Like, it's not only promoted, it's encouraged.
It is. It's a lifestyle here for us because within 5 minutes of Ladysmith, or even right in Ladysmith, we have tire biking. We have like 200 trails. We have 90,000 acres of hunting land for Rusk County. And then there's another 90,000 estate forests that you can hunt here. You can do it by ATV or UTV, which we have a ton of trails. You can do it by horse. We have a lot of horse trails here. So you can stay at campgrounds. If you stay in town here, we have lots of places to eat. And it becomes a tradition for your family once you get into that niche.
Not only outdoorsy, because it's one thing to say you can go in somewhere and somebody's going to tell you where the honey hole is, right?
Right.
Would you say Ladysmith is that helpful no matter what you're after?
Everything here. Everybody's really, really friendly. They love tourism. It's not so much for the business end of it, it's the people part of it. Like when people come in, they'll send us cards later, or they'll come in when they're next coming through and say, hey, we had a blast. What do you recommend this time? I have people from 3 and 4 states away that come to us just to service their equipment. And that's a pat on my back, but it's a pat on Ladysmith too, because if they're driving that far, they're gonna stay here, they're gonna eat here. So we wanna recommend these spots. And the thing is, all of them are great. It doesn't matter. It depends on what you're in the mood for.
Hunting, fishing, outdoors, boating. I just walk down Main Street. You're going to fall in love with Ladysmith.
Yeah, you really will. And the nostalgia behind it. It was a railroad, a timber country area for to start with. And it's just beautiful how they've expanded it. And they spend the time. We try to make sure we have a beautiful place to be, and everybody here is pretty much like that.
I love a good library, and Ladysmith has one of the best in the state. The Rusk County Community Library has one of the most idyllic spots to celebrate books that I've ever seen. We're going to talk with Youth Services Coordinator Val Spooner right now. Come on. Val Spooner, Youth Services Coordinator with the Rusk County Community Library. Did I get it all right?
Yes.
All right, tongue twister passed. Believe it or not, that's a library because this is the most idyllic place I've ever seen. Did you guys just plop this down in here, or was this on purpose? How does this work?
It was built in 1997.
Okay.
And I was still a student then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you were telling me when you were a little girl there was a waterfall over here, so you've been
Yes.
at least connected to this library for a long time.
Yes.
Do you see the same generations come through a lot? Have you seen a lot of families?
Yes. Most of our patrons are local people who have been coming for generations.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure it out. There is something in the water, in the air around here. Why is it so special around here? What is it about people around this area?
I think all of northern Wisconsin is just wonderful. And Ladysmith is a special place, but it's the outdoors, the nature, the wildlife. It's just nice to get out.
For sure. What does this kind of setup afford for that most libraries don't? You were telling me that you do like outdoor scavenger hunts and stuff like
I
that.
do.
Is there a lot of that?
Yes, we have a beautiful story walk that goes through the park. I try to get outside multiple times a year with the kiddos for baby and toddler story time. We do little like chalk and blowing bubbles and magnet fishing. We get outside for preschool story time. I do try to do a safety fair about once a year where we bring in like a propane truck and talk about propane safety, and we do bicycle safety and a little obstacle course over there and give kids helmets. Everybody from babies all the way to adults are welcome to participate in our summer library program.
Excellent. Okay, so how do I become a member? Because the pond, the story walk, I want to be a member here.
We are part of the MORE system. So 52 libraries share resources, and your card works the same at all of those 52 libraries. But all you would have to do is show your ID. And since you are a Wisconsin resident, you wouldn't have to pay anything. You could still become a member of our library.
Every single stop we make, I'm finding more reasons to come to Ladysmith. You, like I said, you're from here, you've been here a while. What's a part of Ladysmith that everyone needs to experience?
The library, of course. Come to the library. Everything that we offer is free. We have play spaces for kids. We have a teen area. We have spaces for adults. We have newspapers and magazines, free Wi-Fi 24 hours a day. And then we offer regular programming. I do Lego Club twice a month on Mondays, Teen Tuesdays, Baby and Toddler Wednesdays, Preschool Thursdays. At least once a month I do a family craft activity, something for all ages. Christina's doing a monthly book club for adults. She does cookbook club about every other month. Dungeons and Dragons weekly on Thursdays. What am I forgetting? There's more than that.
Yeah, I bet you. Is there a website you guys have?
We do. It's ladysmithpl.org.
Ladysmithpl.org. It is the Rusk County Community Library. I think a perfect way to spend an afternoon is grab a sack lunch, go check out a book, and then sit right here and finish that book.
Or you can check out a fishing pole and try your hand at fishing here in our pond.
That's right, I forgot. That is so unique. You guys, you can fish through the library in Ladysmith.
We do.
Thank you, Val.
You're welcome.
Popcorn, get your popcorn here. Welcome to the Minor Theater on Minor Avenue in Ladysmith, a continuously run theater basically since the early 40s, showing first-run movies. It is gorgeous, it is historical, and it is quite amazing. Let's find out more. Nikki Trott, marketing manager of the Minor Theater in Ladysmith. This building is really cool. Do you feel the age in here when you're in here?
Well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I look around and I see everything that needs to be updated and renovated. And then I have people from out of town that come in and they're just like, oh my gosh, this place is amazing. You really get that nostalgic feel.
Yeah.
But it's a little of both.
When was this an active theater first, do you know?
So construction of the theater started in the early 40s during World War II, and then they had to pause construction because building materials were all going towards the war effort. It finished up and opened and showed the first show in February of 1948.
You can feel the quaintness of, you don't get a lot of these kind of experiences anymore. It feels like an old style movie, like you should wear suits and dresses when you come here.
Yeah, so the owner, he's a huge fan of the architects that built this place. There was Liebenberg and Kaplan.
Okay.
And they were like the premier architects that built a whole bunch of the single screen theaters in the 1940s and 50s in the Midwest. And this is one of the only ones left. So a big part of what he does is maintaining that 1940s feel.
You were saying that you had a group in here the other night, you do birthdays and stuff like that, so you do gatherings in here as well?
Yeah, we try to utilize the space as much as possible. And so birthday parties, we had a surprise anniversary date that they did here. I work with the City of Ladysmith and the Chamber of Commerce and area organizations to do free community movies for like Leaf It to Rusk, their fall festival, and Downtown Night Out around Halloween. And then Winter Magic. We try to do a free showing early on Saturday. And then because everybody's in town for other events, and so we just get them in the doors for that.
I fell in love with Ladysmith when we were here before, and every person I talk to, every new person I talk to, makes me fall more in love because you guys are just so focused on each other. Like, it's one thing to be civically minded, it's one thing to be community minded, but you were like mentioning that every single festival you guys have, which it seems like you have one every week, you do something for the community. That's amazing. Is it like that all year round?
Oh, it feels like it sometimes. I feel like I live here. If I tell my husband I'm going to the theater and he'll say, see you tomorrow. Yeah. Well, I will be home, but...
The one thing I do want to say is that there's some older buildings, there's older theaters everywhere, and it's not just the paint and the refurbishing that you guys have done. There's life in here. So you can tell that people are in here all the time. Like, this is a used space.
And during the summer, I started doing discount movies. So we have older kids movies for $1 every Tuesday during July and August. The local bank, Ladysmith Federal, they sponsored free popcorns for 3 of the movies, and so people came in and got free popcorn and $1 movie. And I mean, where else can you pay that amount of money and get that amount of service? I mean, the concessions here haven't changed price in over 15 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was noticing that too. I might have to go get some popcorn. So if you find yourself in Ladysmith, Rusk County, in the area, and you're done with the outdoorsy stuff, make your way down to the Minor Theater and catch a movie. Say hi to Nikki for me. Ladysmith. Yeah, I'm aboard a train that you can actually come on and visit and physically touch when you're here in Ladysmith. I'm going to go talk to Kat Detloff, who's president of the Rusk County Chamber of Commerce, so come along. Now I'm sitting down with Kat Detloff, president of the Rusk County Chamber of Commerce. Tell me about Rusk County. Why is it so special?
Not only do we do events and things like that, but we also host educational seminars for businesses and organizations to teach them how to leverage social media, for instance, and marketing and things like that. So the other parts that make Rusk County so special is with the Blue Hills and going out and the recreation that is out there.
Is there a part of the year where you guys don't have a celebration? My goodness. So you're celebrating the fall foliage, which I'm sure is gorgeous up here when that happens. You got Mardi Gras, you got the Rusk County Fair that just was beyond us. Is there a time of year you guys aren't celebrating?
No, there's not, because even in the winter, we're gonna have photographs of Santa coming up. There's a winter ball during Winter Magic as well. So just more stuff that just brings the community together all times of the year. My favorite part of the year is there's going to be the fall events. We have the Burger Battle coming up. It's going to be on Sunday, September 14th. Local bars, taverns, anyone that serves food, they're invited to come and to battle for the title, and they get a championship belt and a trophy, and then they get to brag around town that they have the best burgers.
We're at the community center here, and there's like a full train outside that we can go walk through. There's a history center right behind us here. And while that stuff is in communities, they're not as dedicated as these are. What is that about? Why are you guys so dedicated to each other?
I just think people think that the history here is really important, to keep that alive, to know that where we've come from and where we can be.
What is part of Rusk County that someone has to experience? They're only here for a day. What do they have to experience?
Oh my God. I would say at least one music on minor event. So usually we have a band that gets hired to play in front of one of these businesses, and food trucks or food caterer comes in, and it's just really there for the people that are in town and in the surrounding towns to just come, enjoy music, and get together, just for no real celebration at all or real reason other than we want to listen to music and hang out on a Friday night.
Of course, when you fall in love with Ladysmith, you're actually falling in love with probably Russ County is a better way to put it. And to that end, I'm joined by Dave Wurzba from Weyerhaeuser Community Club. Is that right?
Correct.
But you're going to talk about the Weyerhaeuser Booster Club. What happens over there?
We have Weyerhaeuser Area Community Club, which has been around since right after World War II. They started that.
What happens at Booster Days?
We have a variety of activities. Now that pickleball is a big thing, we now have 6 pickleball courts in little bitty Weyerhaeuser. So we have a pickleball tournament, soft wood bat softball tournament. We have a couple museums actually downtown. 1909 Railroad Depot that we've restored, the community club worked on, and another historic depot. Those will be open for viewing. And then we have music. We have a couple bands from Eau Claire area, the Big Deeks, Marshall Star Band. Historically, Weyerhaeuser's been known for polka music, and so we've kept that going. On Sunday afternoon, we have a polka band, Diversico, playing. So, craft sale. This year we have carnival games coming in as well. We have the Wissota Skydivers that come in. They came in last year, and we're having them back again this year. So they'll skydive right in onto the ball field. And so we had a good response, and we were able to get a good sponsor this year, so we're having them back. So they're doing a great job. We've had huge support from the business community that have helped sponsor events. We've got a number of big sponsors this year.
It sounds like everybody in this area, and specifically Weyerhaeuser, are really fast to volunteer. What's so special about this place?
I think it's the people around town who want to keep history going. Like the depot, that was going to be demolished, and people said, hey, let's save it and keep it going, and same with our other. So I think we've got a core group of people that want to keep the community alive. I've got a bunch of volunteers that really help, and without the volunteers, we couldn't do it. I counted up one time, I think we probably have 100 people over the course of the weekend, from the beer stand to the food stand, and that doesn't count the 10 or 15 of us that are doing it all year to keep it going.
So you've got the Labor Day festivities. Is there also something that happens in the winter?
So we're on if you Google Ice Age Trail, you'll see Weyerhaeuser as a Ice Age Trail community.
Okay.
So we have people that travel throughout the year to walk the trail, and a couple times during the year they'll have work events where they'll bring in people to work on the trail and fix it up.
If we wanted to book a trip for Booster Days, where do we go? When does it start?
It's Labor Day weekend, and we have a hotel right outside of town. There's some places right in town too to stay. And if you go to Facebook or Google Weyerhaeuser Booster Days, we've got a Facebook page.
And plus, I don't know if you can see this, maybe we'll get a shot of it. This is the Booster Days checklist, so they will show you exactly what you need to do to make it a fulfilling Booster Days.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Thank you. Hi, we were lucky enough to come up to Ladysmith during the Russ County Fair. I'm going to talk to Brittany Wiles, fair coordinator, about why it's so special around here. Brittany Wiles, Russ County Fair coordinator. Sounds like things are happening and hopping here on the County Fairgrounds.
Yes, they are. They kicked off today right away at 7 o'clock this morning. Our gates open, and we have lots of animal judging going on right now.
Why should people come to the Russ County Fair?
We have so much going on. We have our PRCA rodeo Friday and Saturday night. We have our animal auction on Saturday as well. We have lots of judging going on, lots of kids activities. We have affordable family fun for everyone, like we like to say that. So lots going on throughout the weekend.
You've been a part of the fair from this age?
I have. I started showing, I showed 13 years as an exhibitor here. Went into the fair coordinator role and have done this for about 6 years now. So it's fun going from being a small exhibitor all the way up to seeing the end results.
Why? Why'd you stay?
It's so rewarding. I enjoyed exhibiting. I enjoyed spending time with my animals and raising animals all of my growing up, and now being able to see the youth, especially now that I've aged out, teaching the younger kids. That's what it's about here, and we enjoy watching the younger generations learning from the older kids. Be sure to check out our PRCA rodeo. That's a very large event that takes place Friday and Saturday night at 7 o'clock. It's $15 for kids to get in, $20 for adults, and it is a 8-event rodeo, so it's all professional riders that'll be here, put on by the Barnes PRCA Rodeo Company. So we're lucky enough to have them back again this year.
That's happening right behind us here?
It is right in the grandstand, so you won't miss it. Right along the highway as you drive through town, lots of feather flags, you'll see it. I'm so fortunate to have grown up here, truthfully. I don't think I could have asked for a better community to grow up in. I feel not always known for all the tourism things, but we have so many things. We have beautiful parks in our area. I grew up a small hobby farm, and so just being out in the outdoors, we have lots of beautiful things. One of my favorite places to go hiking is Devil's Kettle up in the Blue Hills. So I think that's one of the secret hidden gems in our county.
I smell funnel cakes, so this was fun. I gotta go.
Okay, enjoy.
I've been all around Ladysmith. I've seen more to fall in love with, but now it seems like you saved the best part for last. Would you say the Flambeau is the crown jewel of Ladysmith?
Absolutely. It's probably, pretty close to being in heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. We were saying off camera, there is not a bad view on this river.
No, it's gorgeous. 360 degrees.
Yeah, 360 degrees, 365 days a year. Do you utilize this thing all year long?
Yeah, it probably heaviest in the summer, but yeah, folks love to come ice fish. Some folks will even run a snowmobile down at certain times of the year. So yeah, it gets utilized really heavy at Mardi Gras time too, especially this year with the speedboat races that we had.
I was just gonna say, you had Mardi Gras not all that long ago. You got the Russ County Fair is going on not too far from here. There's kids swimming over there. I'm guessing during the fall it also is lively.
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous in the fall, as you can imagine. Once these trees start popping color, yeah, you'll see a lot of nice pontoons like this out here. A lot of folks come out and fish. It's just a gorgeous asset here to the city.
You guys just did 88 refurbishment of parks, is that right?
Correct. Yep. We added ADA pathway here in Memorial Park. It's lit up so you can use it at night. Actually, just behind you right now, there's an ADA fishing pier that a lot of folks use. One of the local banks actually sponsored an ADA canoe kayak launch too, so folks can use that independently, and that way everybody's able to enjoy this beautiful river we've got here.
Last time I was here, you and I talked about your history here. You were born and raised, served your life on the city council almost, you did mayor. Are you an anomaly, or is that pretty normal for Ladysmith? Does everybody give back to this community?
I think a lot of people give back. Mike, who's here guiding us on the boat, has put a great deal of his life into serving both the city council and county board. My dad did it. Yeah, there's a lot of folks, even if you're not in local government, that volunteer in community organizations, but you've got, the Northland Community Club, Ladysmith Lions, Knights of Columbus, the Weyerhaeuser Booster Club, Hawkins Community Club. There's just east to west in Russ County.
Why are people so special?
I think folks love this place. They love their neighbors, and they want to see it continue to thrive and grow.
Is this a big part of what Ladysmith is?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of our identity ties to this river here. In the wintertime, we've got fun on the frozen Flambeau. It actually happens up above the dam on the Dairyland Flowage there, the big ice fishing contest. But yeah, just a lot of the activities, a lot of the life, a lot of the business revolves around this body of water.
Big fish in the area?
Yeah, we actually, if you look around town at some of our murals, we boast that we have the record state albino muskie that was taken right out of the Flambeau River a little ways down from here. So.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I think I'm going to sunbathe a little bit. Mike's going to take me up around the bend. Thank you for giving me Ladysmith again.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure having you here, and hopefully we'll have you again soon.
Onward.
So that is what I was daydreaming about. Sorry. You were going to ask me something.
Yeah, I was just gathering some lunch orders. Just want to know what you wanted for lunch.
You know who has great lunch options? Ladysmith. We can go to LJ's American or Low Bar. There's Mickey's Flambeau, J&S Supper Club. We can go to Ladysmith Family Restaurant. There's plenty of options for coffee. There's sandwich shops, plenty of pasta options, burgers, fast food, anything you want.